Wait for 1 minute. Okay. So very good morning to all of you. Okay, so in the last session, we have discussed about the armature reaction. Before that, we have discussed types of DC generator. We have discussed separately excited and self-excited. Okay. See, there is a two types, separately excited and self-excited. Okay. Then working of self-excited DC generator. DC series generator, DC shunt generator, DC compound generator. Okay, we have discussed about the armature reaction. So we have discussed that due to the effect of armature flux, the main flux is disturbed. Okay. So there are two effects. One is called as the magnetizing and another is called as the demagnetizing effect that we have discussed. Okay, the armature flux have two components, cross magnetizing, which is perpendicular to the main flux, and the demagnetizing, which is exactly opposite to the main flux. That is called as the armature reaction. Okay. So what is the remedy? So we have discussed that the compensating winding, it is the remedy to reduce the armature reaction. Okay. What it does? It will create another flux which is opposite the armature flux. So the armature flux will be reduced and your main flux will be remain approximately same. Okay. So that we have discussed. Now next topic is we have seen the characteristics. Okay. We have done the performance in the laboratory. How to find out OCC internal and external characteristics. Okay, so this is the theory. The next topic is characteristics of DC generator. Okay, so first of all, we will discuss about the characteristics of DC shunt generator. Okay, now see, whenever we will discuss the characteristics, it means there are basically three characteristics. Which one? First one is called as a OCC. Okay, open circuit characteristic. Second is called as a internal characteristic, and third one is called as a external. Okay, so for either it is a DC shunt or it is a DC series, all these three characteristics you have to discuss. Okay, so first of all, we will discuss about DC shunt generator OCC. Okay, it is called as a open circuit characteristic. And the another name of this characteristic, it is called as a magnetization characteristic. What is the name? Magnetization characteristic. Okay. So first of all, remember that whenever you will discuss about the open circuit characteristic, it may be for DC shunt or it may be for the DC series. What is the first step? Disconnect the armature and field winding. Otherwise, what happen in a DC shunt? Your armature and field winding both are in a DC shunt. Your armature winding and field winding both are in parallel. Okay. So what you have to do? They are in parallel, but now you have to disconnect. At which time? Whenever you are performing open circuit characteristics. Okay. So the first step is during the OCC. The field winding is disconnected from armature winding. Okay, during the OCC, the field winding is disconnected from the armature winding, and the field winding is connected to the external supply. Okay, so how it is looks. So say for example, consider that this is your armature field winding. Okay, and we are giving a external supply to this. Okay, DC voltage. Now here in series, we are connecting our resistance to, we can say, change the current. Okay, so here I will connect our reverse state in a series. Okay, this is your field winding. So which current is flowing? Field current, IF. Okay, your armature is disconnected. Your armature you have to show separately. Okay, and here you are getting a terminal voltage. Okay, now here the EMF is produced. The resistance of the armature winding is RA. The resistance of the field winding is RF, whatever. Okay, so this is your field winding, this is your armature winding. And why the terminal are open? Why the terminal are open? So whatever the EMF induced, we can say it is a E0. Why the terminal are open? Because it is open circuit. Okay, so there is no load will be connected. Okay, so now how to draw the characteristics for this? Okay, now to draw the characteristics on the x-axis in the open circuit characteristics, what we are doing? We are changing the field current. Okay, it means we are changing this component, field current. And what is the effect occur on the terminal voltage? Now, as it is a no load, we can give a name E0, no load EMF. Okay, so here you can say V or we can say E0. Okay, because it is open circuit. So on the y-axis, I am taking a E0 no load EMF, and on the x-axis, I am taking a IF. Okay, now what it says that it starts from the origin. So if I will start from the origin, what happens? The field current is 0. Okay, so if the field current is 0, what about the flux? We know this equation. We know the equation this we have derived. Which one? P pi Zn upon 60A. Okay, so here we know that if the flux is a 0, okay, why the flux is 0? Because field current is 0. Then the EMF will be 0. Okay, but remember that we are discussing about which machine? DC shunt machine. Okay, so already I told you in a DC shunt machine, the pole have some residual magnetism. Okay, so no doubt very less flux is there, but still the flux is there. Okay, so even though you are not flowing any current, even though you are not giving any field current, but some flux is there. Okay, so we can say due to this some flux, so field current is zero, but some EMF will be produced. So your characteristics will be starting from some point like this here. Are you getting? So what this A point is representing? The A point is representing that your field current is zero, but still you are getting some EMF. Why? Due to the residual magnetism. Is it clear? Okay. Now what you are doing? Now you are giving the external supply and you are reducing the resistance. So your field current is going to increase. Yes or no? And as the field current is increasing, your flux is increasing. Yes or no? And as the flux is increasing, your EMF is also increasing now. Okay. So the characteristics is look like this, that your we can say the IF is increasing, your E0 is increasing like this. Okay. But after some point, what happens? Even though you are increasing the field current, the material will be saturated. As I told you, all the molecules are aligned in a particular direction. So even though you are giving a more input means field current, but you are not able to increase the flux. Okay, so it is called the saturation of the magnetic material. It is called as the saturation of the magnetic material. Okay, so here at this point your material will be saturated. Okay, so what happens? Even though you are increasing a field current, your field current is increasing, but your EMF is becomes constant approximately. It is now not able to increase like this. Okay, so that is called as the saturation point. So here you can say the material is saturated. Is it clear? Okay, so this is called as the open circuit characteristics. Okay, now already we have done this practical in the laboratory. So at that time you have seen, even though we are not giving any voltage, then you are getting some current. If you will observe your reading, OCC, your field current is zero, but you are getting approximately 23 volt. If you have a reading, observe this. Laboratory માં આપણે જે experiment perform કર્યો તો એમાં you have seen કે આપણે field current નહોતો આપણે still you are getting a EMF approximately 23 volt will be there. Okay, if you will check. So this is called as the OCC. Okay, now remember that this OCC is remain same for DC series as well as DC shunt. Why? Because in a DC series also you are what you are doing? You are disconnecting the armature from the field winding and you are giving a separate excitation. So if it is asked that explain the OCC or magnetizing characteristics for DC series or shunt, the explanation is remains same. Is it clear? Okay. So we have discussed about the OCC. Now the second characteristic is internal characteristic. One point two. 1.1 is OCC for decision. 1.2 it is a we can say internal characteristics. But for the internal, first of all, we have to discuss about external. Okay, so external characteristic. Okay, the external means your outer side. So at outer side, which voltage you are getting? So your circuit diagram, it is remains for decision. You have to draw just decision circuit. Your armature is there. Okay. The armature, the output of the armature winding is given to the load. Okay, now because it is not open circuit characteristics, it is your load. Okay, so the output of the armature winding is given to the load. And your field winding is connected in parallel with the armature. Is it clear? Okay, so this is your shunt field winding. So the current which is passing through, it is your EMF is produced. The resistance is RA. The current flowing is IA. Okay, it is divided into two paths. Whatever the current going over here, it is load current. Whatever current going over here, it is your ISH because it is a shunt field winding. So we will give a name ISH, shunt field current. Okay, and its resistance is RSH. The winding resistance is RSH. Okay. Now we want to draw external characteristics. So external characteristics means the terminal voltage across the load. Okay, so it is a characteristics of V versus IL. Okay, V versus IL. IL is the load current and V is the terminal voltage. Externally, what we are getting. Okay, so if I want to draw the graph for this, okay, what is the equation for a voltage for a DC shunt generator? What is the equation for this EMF? Already I told you, apply the KVL. What you can write? V is equal to E minus IRA. Okay. So V is equal to E minus IRA. Getting? Okay. Now see over here. What is the E? E is the EMF induced. EMF induced in armature. Okay. So at a rated speed, say for example, you are rotating your DC machine at a 1500 RPM. So what you have to do? We know this equation E is equal to P pi Zn upon 68. Now see, once your machine is designed, P is fixed. Yes or no? I am not changing the field current. It is fixed. So phi is also fixed. Number of armature conductor is fixed. Speed is fixed. 60 is the constant. And A is the number of parallel paths. Once the machine is designed, it is clear either it is safe or left. Okay. So EMF is fixed. So say for example, I am getting this much of EMF. Say for example, this is my point because see what is the unit of EMF? Voltage. What is the unit of EMF? Voltage. So can I write whatever the EMF, say for example 230 volt. So this is my EMF. It is called the rated EMF. What is called? Rated voltage or rated EMF. Okay. So now now we are increasing the load. What you are doing? You are gradually increase the load. Now what is the equation of IA? IA is equal to IL plus ISH. Yes or no? Now what is the ISH? ISH is equal to V upon RSH. Yes or no? What is ISH? How much terminal voltage across this ISH? V divided by resistance RSH. Okay, so ISH is equal to V. V is the constant terminal voltage and RSH is approximate. RSH is the resistance of winding, so it is constant. So if I will increase my load, my armature current is also increasing. Yes or no? Getting or not? Because who is going to supply this load current? Armature. Okay. So it means your IA is increasing. Now see, if your IA is increasing, as the load is increasing, your IA is increasing. So can I say this product is also increasing? Which product? IA. Are you getting? Again I'm repeating. IA is equal to IL plus ISH. Here, ISH is equal to what? Voltage across this. So that is which voltage? V. So V divided by RSH. Now the terminal voltage is constant. RSH is constant. Here RSH is constant. So if the load is increasing, what is increasing? Armature current. Okay. Now if your armature current is increasing, understand. So this product multiplication is also increasing. And you are substituting from E. So can I say V is decreasing? Yes. Yes or no? Because say for example, IR product is first of all 1. Then it is increasing 1.2 because your I is increasing. Then it may increase 1.3, 1.4 like this. So the subtraction is that, so your V is also decreasing now. From E is the same. It is a rated voltage. It is the rated voltage. It is constant. But the subtraction parameter is increasing. The V is going to down. Is it clear? Okay. So here I can say that as load is increasing, IL is increasing, and hence IA is increasing, and hence B will be decreased. Okay, and hence B will be decreased. Okay, so the graph is look like this. V is decreasing. This is on the y-axis. You are taking the V. Okay, so it is approximately look like like this. Okay, because E is more. But now we are subtracting something from E, yes or no? Now we are subtracting something from the E, which is product IR. And IR is depends upon IL. Okay, so here you can see now your actually your ideal condition is this. If IR is not there, if your IR is not there, then this is your straight line. This is your V, E. Okay, it is your ideal condition. Okay, but here the drop is occur. Which drop is this? This drop, it is which drop? IA, RA drop. Are you getting? IRA drop. I will draw all the characteristics over here only. 1 minute. Now see over here. See, E0, it is a no load EMF. Okay, so when you are not loading, so at that time the EMF is constant because you are not varying any load. Okay, so that is the straight line which I have shown with a blue line. Okay, now what is the E? E is the internal EMF. It is the internal EMF. So why the internal EMF is reduced due to E0? Because now we are loading your machine. And once you are loading your machine, what happens? The armature current will be flow. Yes or no? And once your armature current will be flow, armature flux will be there. Okay, and due to the armature flux, the armature reaction is occur. Okay, so why the voltage is reduced from E0 to E due to armature reaction. Again, I am repeating, why your EMF is reducing from E0 to E, because E, it means your loaded condition. Loaded, during the loaded condition, what is the internal EMF? E means during the loaded condition, what is the internal EMF? Now you have loaded your machine, so armature current will be there, so armature flux will be there, and this armature flux will reduce the main flux. Yes or no? And as the main flux is reducing, your EMF is reducing. Yes or no? Here, if your armature flux is reducing your main flux, your EMF is also reduced. Okay, and that's why this is so reduced. Clear? Okay. Now, once you are getting a E, why the V is reducing? So, see, this is your E. Yes or no? And this is your V. So, what is the difference between this? The drop occur in a resistance of armature winding. Yes or no? Okay. So, this, why the V is there? So, E is higher, but your V is less. Why it is less? Due to the IRA drop. Clear this one? Okay. So, this black one, it is called as the internal characteristics. And this red one, V, it is called as a external. Why? Because here what is V? V is external. And why I'm writing, you can take on x-axis either IA or IA. I have said that it is approximately same. Why same? Because what is ISH? ISH is equal to V upon RSH. And generally the ISH is very, very less. So approximately you can say that IA and IL both are approximately same. So to draw the internal and external characteristics in the same graph, see, this is our internal. This black one, this is our internal characteristics. Okay, what is the internal characteristics? Sorry, it is the internal means. What is the internal characteristic? It is the graph of which versus which? Which voltage? EMF in armature and armature current, which is called as the internal. Okay, so here you can see there is the E and there is the IA. It is called as the internal characteristic. And this red one, it is the external characteristic. Clear? Okay. So in the same graph, you can represent external and internal. Okay. So this is about the internal and external. In the same graph, you can explain internal and external characteristics of the DC shunt generator. Okay. What you have to do? First of all, draw the graph. Then write down what is the E0. E0 is the no load EMF. Okay. As the load is not variable, your EMF E0 is constant. So draw a straight blue line. Okay. Now write down, once you load your machine, the armature current will be flow. So armature flux will be there. And due to this armature flux, your main flux. Write down this equation and show that if the flux is reducing, your EMF is reducing. And so this second characteristics, which is the black one, and write down it is the internal. Okay. Now why the E and V? What is the relationship between E and V? So write down this equation. Okay. And write that as the machine is now loaded, the armature current will be flow and the drop IR will be occur. And hence your voltage will be reduced. So this is called as the external characteristic. Okay. Okay, so write down your own. I will, have you done or it is remaining? Complete. RA internal વચ્ચે ની E versus IL. Yes. એ હાજુ કહેવાની હતી રહી ગયું છે ખરેખર. Okay, so this is about the internal characteristics, external characteristics, and OCC of a DC shunt generator. Okay, so carefully see over here. If it is asked in examination, explain the characteristics of DC shunt generator, OCC, internal and external. Okay, so you have to draw this OCC and give the explanation according to that. Okay, and then you have to draw both this simultaneously, external and internal in the same graph. Is it clear? Now try to draw your own DC series characteristics. Write down the heading, characteristics of DC series generator. All are OCC is the same, so there is no need. Already I told you. The explanation for the ACCs remains same for the decision. Okay. So first one is OCC, but as I told you, it is remains same as above. Okay, it means OCC for DC shunt and series are same. Okay, and now second you have to draw internal and external characteristics. Okay, so think your own. Try to draw that what type of the shape will become. This is your DC series generator. It is your load. Okay. The EMF is produced in an armature. The resistance of armature is RA. This is your series field. So RAC. Okay. The terminal voltage across the load, it is a V. Okay. The current passing through armature, it is a IA. The current passing through the series field winding is IAC. And the current passing through the load is IL. All current are same. because it is a series. So which equation you have to keep in mind? E is equal to P5 Zn upon 60A, and the second equation is V is equal to E minus IRA drop occur in a armature winding minus drop occur in a series field winding. Yes or no? Because see, this is the loop. Okay, but here we can write V is equal to E minus IA in the bracket RA plus RAC. Why? Because IA is equal to ISC. Okay. So now try to work external and internal will become. Keep in mind that the armature reaction is occur when you are loading the machine. What is the starting point? See over here. Yes. In the case of the decision, why it is starting from here? Because if the load current is zero, the field current is not zero. Okay, why? Because both are different circuits. Yes or no? This is the one loop and that is the second loop. If the load current is zero, it doesn't mean that your EMF is zero. Why? Because ISC is still there. But it is a closed circuit. And due to this ISC, the flux will be there. And due to this flux, the EMF will be there. So that's why it is starting from the somewhat upside. Okay, but in a series, what happens? See over here. In a series, your load current is zero. Your field current is ISC is also zero. The flux is also zero. It is starting from origin. Getting this? See over here. See here on the x-axis, I can write all the currents because all currents are same. Okay. So here I am writing IA is equal to IL is equal to ISC. Okay. Okay, and here I am writing B or E, whatever. Okay. So now start. See that here, if the load current is zero, I am discussing about first of all external. Sorry, internal. First of all, internal. Okay. So internal, it is a graph of E versus IA. Yes or no? Now consider the starting point here. So at a starting, your ISC, IL is zero. At a starting, IL means I am starting IL is equal to zero. Hence your IA is zero. And so your ISC is also zero. Okay. If ISC is zero, the flux is zero. Yes or no? And if the flux is zero, EMF P phi Zn upon 60A is also zero. Yes or no? Because here numerator zero, so E will be zero. Okay. So your starting point of this characteristic, it is here. Okay. Now what happens? Now gradually you are increasing your load. So as your load is increasing, your ISC is also increasing. Yes or no? Yes or no? Because both are same. So as your ISC is increasing, your flux is increasing now. And so your EMF is also increasing. Getting? So you are getting a graph like this. You are getting a graph like this. Okay. Because your ISC is increasing, your E is increasing. So this is your called as an internal characteristic. Sorry. Yes, internal characteristic. Okay. And here external. So in external, again the new drop is occur. Which drop? IRA plus ISC RS. So these characteristics, it is somewhat lower than this. Yes or no? Okay. And this drop is nothing. It is the IA in the bracket RA plus RAC drop. And this is your external. Okay. So it is V versus IL. And this is your internal E. Okay. And what is about E0? This line is remain same. Okay. So draw these characteristics. So say for example, my E0 is there. No, it is also starting from the origin. Okay, E0. It is means OCC. So say for example, this is a graph of E0. So this drop is due to armature reaction. Okay. This drop is due to the armature reaction. This is nothing before OCC. This is nothing before OCC. What is the name of the OCC? Like this. Okay. The OCC, the voltage is E0. From the E0 to the armature reaction. E. From the E to the IR. Okay. So today we have discussed about the characteristics of the DC series and shunt. Okay, go through this. Okay. So those who are online, please write down your enrollment number in the chat box. Write down your enrollment number in the chat box. What about others? Arbaz, Fini, write down your enrollment number in the chat box. Okay, so here I'm ending the meeting. Tomorrow, all of you have to come with a graph paper. Okay. In laboratory.